We're in today with the Matrox Millenium G400. This is an AGP model with 32 megabytes of VRAM. We're gonna test this video card with this Intel Core 2 Extreme QX 6850 with 4 cores and 4 threads to make sure the video card is not being bottlenecked by the CPU. This Matrox got two models, 2X and 4X on the AGP with 16 and 32 megabytes of VRAM. But the best thing I can do for this video card is just jump in a couple of games that are running and see if it does something seriously, because this is a challenge itself to find a purpose for this Matrox G400. Let's go. All right, let's start with, oh my god, what the resolution is this? Oh, wait. Okay, is this here? I think it's in the menu. View distance full, horizontal off, put it on. I'm gonna set up the game in such a way that we can actually benefit. I am 100% sure this is software render and I have no chance on using direct trader with this. I don't care about that. I just want to play some games and see if it's working. Ooh, look at that high quality here. Ooh, look at it. This is my kind of jam, seriously. Chrome, yes please. Widescreen. Oh no, I'm on 4:3. Oh, look at that. I'm 4:3 and I do widescreen. Okay, no fam, don't do that. All right, let's go into the settings and back in the menu and see if we can change the resolution here. Okay, so I got 1152, that is it, but for this aspect ratio I think this is the best, you know. So I got 1024. Let's see, widescreen no, high details, we changed that. Do you have advanced settings? Yes, perspective on. You have wide Z buffer. Okay, I'm guessing those ones are for direct trader. Definitely better the resolution. All right, let's see how it's performing. All right, I do feel that I'm playing a retro game with this. Seriously, can I go in the? Oh yes, look at this. Oh yes, it feels like back in the days with my old computer. All right, I want to see this game, how it's performing with this. I mean, I have no chance on this Matrox to have high-end graphics, you know, but I think with this software render is going to be very interesting. I started MS Afterburner, but it doesn't work, you know. There's a couple of games that shows me, but I have no details in MS Afterburner, like the core speed and memory and stuff like that. It just shows the CPU and the FPS. I managed to see a couple of games that are running with this. Okay, so I got playable game here with this Matrox, so I will check this as a big W for Matrox because I can play it for speed. I love this chrome on the car, seriously. It's the most awesome thing. Look at that, the trees are the same. Same position. There is no distance movement from them. Once you see the reflection, it's not moving, you cannot unsee it. Okay, doesn't matter. The idea of this game running with this, it's fantastic. You know, it's showing me that with software render, if I can find games that has software render, I can play them. And hopefully I'm gonna play more games with this Matrox G400. It doesn't matter how bad this video card is, you know, I just need to find purpose for it. Let's jump into, oh my god, it's the same thing. Let's go back in the menu. Wait. 320, the same thing. Same thing, 1024, we're gonna put it here. Card detail on high details. Yeah, and horizontal, we're gonna put it on high. Advanced settings, we got view distance full, view angle narrow, wide, and perspective on. Oh, definitely much better, seriously. All right, so still don't have MS Afterburner, but I got 160 watts from the whole computer. I like this, you know. I remember this game running with an old computer that I had with Voodoo, and I seen in the files when I was installing, I got a preset for that video card. But in this situation, I don't have a Voodoo video card, and I have a Matrox G400, and oh my god, the fumes are lagging. I feel low FPS. I need to describe the feeling that I have here. All right, so I think on direct trader is going to be a different type of experience. I think it's going to be different type of quality in the game, but in this case you can definitely see that is running with software mode. I had Riva TNT, if I remember, as the settings, but the game doesn't start giving me an error. And if I put this on the settings, yeah, it's starting the game. I'll take this. You know, this quality is not bad, but it's not utilizing the video card. Usually when you play like this, you're gonna see 1-2 megabytes of VRAM utilized from the video card, you know, only to display the data on the monitor. I don't think it's using the video card itself, you know. But let's face it, how many games you manage to see running with Matrox G400? Never, seriously. But I'm happy to find games that are starting with this, because most of them, they say, yeah, you need a DirectX 9 video card or something like that, you know. Even though the video card, it's actually it's no, because it's 1999. Yeah, it's kind of hard on this G400 to make it work. This was the most magic game because I had destruction in the game. Bang! Look at that! Smack him! The game feels very arcadey, you know, and there is such a flair to this type of games. I managed to find a game that is starting, Need for Speed Road Challenge, apparently. It's doing exactly what I want, you know, but I wish I had some FPS counter there. I can play the game with this and it feels very retro-ish to see Starcraft playing with this video card. Seriously, back in the days, a video card didn't tell me about DirectX or software, and I didn't do nothing, you know. It's just, okay, I have to play the game with this and it's working, you know. This is the only thing that mattered back in the days. It was working like this, 30 FPS, no 60 FPS, no problems with other stuff, you know. It's just, you have to be in the game, that's it. You didn't have to be with a specific resolution or FPS. So Starcraft apparently needs 60 megabytes of system RAM, a Pentium with 90 or higher, 90, if I'm thinking it's referring to the frequency, a Pentium, an old Pentium, 90 megabytes of hard drive storage, CD-ROM with 2x or 4 for cinematics. Oh, that's actually interesting. Definitely in the right direction, seriously. Look at this, 150 watts. I didn't have back in the days computer that had 1 kilowatts power supply. You know, 100 watts, 200 watts, it was maximum from this, you know. I'm thinking because 150 watts because of the CPU. If I had MS Afterburner, I would have seen that the CPU was consuming a lot, you know, and I think if I put a Celeron or Pentium or something like that, I can reach this power consumption to 100 or something, you know, and that will be majestic for this. Video settings, there's an animation unit, there's not a lot of settings here. So, you know, you got speed, game speed. Look at that. Oh, this is it. This is what you get. I can't see nothing. Maybe fraps I will test and see if it's working, but not a lot of things to offer me. We have a small loan of $10 million, and then we're gonna see how this game is performing. So graphics card, it's got 8 megabytes of VRAM necessary. It can run on 98 2000 Millennium NXP processor, Pentium 2 on 300 megahertz. That's actually good, and I have to go in the tutorial so I can learn how to play the game. 64 megabytes of system RAM, a sound card, DirectX 8.1 or higher on the video card. I think this is the video card that I need. Is this Activision? Yes, Activision here. Activision made Real Estate Tycoon. Alright, this is gonna be very interesting to see how it's performing with this Matrox. See, I got MS Afterburner. So I got the CPU loaded, only one core, 60 degrees on this, and 500 megabytes of system RAM. I swear it says 64 megabytes, so whatever. I got 12 FPS, and maybe the CPU doesn't utilize. Oh, look at that. When I'm moving the mouse, I got 58 FPS. Look at that. 60 FPS. I got 60 FPS in the game. So when I stay static, I got 12 FPS. Very efficient. But does it look at 140 watts? 60 FPS with 160. Wow, this is how you reduce the wattage, you know. You just reduce the FPS so you can put the wattage down. Level easy, duration. Let's do mission 1, yeah?
Welcome to Donald Trump's Real Estate Tycoon.
Yes!
You got what it takes to buy, build, and sell.
Matrox, the most beautiful video card. Matrox.
In each of 5 cities. It doesn't matter which
yes,
type
please.
you build or where you build them. The mission is won once you have at least one completed building in each city. There is a time limit of 24 months. so don't waste time.
This is gonna be very interesting. Okay, baby, let's go to London and buy a flat there. How many watts do I got? 139 watts consumption, because it's got 12 FPS. So there is no animation here in the game, and I can get lower wattage. If I move the mouse and I get 60 FPS with animation, see, I get 160 watts consumption. Very interesting concept from a game, you know. Minimize the FPS so you can reduce the wattage. If you don't need the FPS, just take it down. 584 megabytes of system RAM, 2 CPUs, 2 cores from the CPUs are being utilized, but not at maximum. So I'm thinking a Celeron or a Pentium can actually do the job here if I got like 5-6% load on the CPU like this. You can actually see with 60 FPS you get all of the cores actually work. The last one is the highest, the third one is the second most used, and the first core and the second one they are barely used with this game. I have another game that is working with this Matrox, so let's go and see how it's running in the situation. What do we got here? Look at this, 25 FPS, this is good, 30 ms in this case. The VRAM is not utilized because this is software mode and the computer doesn't have any problems on playing the game. I got 150 watts per general in this case. It's a nice game, you know, like an old computer, old video card, so not a lot of games are running with this G400, so I need to take every game that is running with this and see how I can optimize it. But in this case, do I have settings? 800 by 600, oh, 640. Okay, I'll take the 800 by 600 because that one it feels okay. I want an old laptop so I can take it with me everywhere. Oh, the sound of the gold, I want this. Don't have a lot of system RAM utilization. The VRAM, 1 megabyte of VRAM is enough apparently. I definitely want this game to run with multiple hardware. I want this video card to run a couple of games like this, you know. If it's working with this type of performance, I will say, you know what, you got purpose in my books. G400 in this case is not being utilized at maximum, but yeah, can't ask too much from it. The system itself doesn't have any problems. I got 25%, nearly to 30% load on the CPU side. The last core to duo that I tested online with the old LGA HP, I think that CPU is gonna do wonders, you know. I have to put the best core to duo CPU in this case in order to take the CPU out, because I don't need it, seriously. I don't need the quad core. You can actually see it's doing fantastic without. I think that core to duo that I've tested last time, it will be magnificent. I don't even know what's that crackling coming from. I hear a crackling. I think that if I had this Matrox in my computer back in the days, I would have been happy. I remember I had an S3 video card or something like this and a Pentium 3, and it was working wonders, you know. And only after a couple of time I got a Voodoo video card, but until then everything was with games like this, you know, with the resolutions like this and stuff like this. It's not a lot of, you know, the performance, but this type of game doesn't utilize hardware accelerated and stuff, you know. It's just totally different concept in this case. This was my game, seriously, this was my entertainment, and I think in this situation you can clearly see that it's working with the game, doesn't have any problems. I don't have any MS afterburner, but I got 150 watts consumption. Based on the wattage, I remember that what I had in previous game with 60 FPS, I got 160 watts. If I had around 20-30 FPS, I got 130 watts. Now I got 158. That means it's between 30 and 60 FPS. So it feels like that, you know. So if I want to play the game with higher resolution, I don't think I can put higher resolution, but if I want to play the game with all video cards, it can be done. This is it, you know. This is the type of game that allows me to use this. You know, you cannot justify a G400 without games like this. I wish I can see the CPU and the GPU, how they are performing, but there's not a lot of settings. If you go into the preference here, game difficulty, normal, master, delay, oh my god, the crackling is everywhere. combat sensitivity. I think there's some settings outside, but that's it. When it says in the game the bed has seen better days, you know it's not that ideal. Definitely Fallout for me when it comes to a video card like this. I think that if I want more from this G400, I need to find similar games like Fallout, games that doesn't require DirectX and stuff like that. And if I can do that, there is a chance I can use all video cards like this. Heroes of Might of Magic with this video card. Yes, I remember having even different computers and laptops, and it didn't matter if I had 9 series video card, I still had this type of game. Even more advanced computers and stuff like that, they didn't matter, because this is what is most important thing here. To have playable FPS, and that's it. You know, 30 FPS in a computer like this doesn't matter, it's good. This type of game doesn't require high-end video cards, it's just requiring some old video card to run it. Resolution wise, this is not a big resolution. The performance and the requirement is not very high for this. There's old computers or laptops or video cards that are doing the same thing, and I think most of the time it's like how should I say, very ideal. You cannot go wrong with a game like this. I don't even know how to explain how satisfying it is to see this video card running like this. Let's play Bomberman with this because it's very appropriate, seriously. You can go there, yes. Alright, can't say it's not entertaining because it is. The sound effects, the music, the FPS. I got 60 FPS in this case, 152 watts consumption from this. Not bad. I think this is how it needs to be in this situation with a video card like this. It's software mode, so there is no relying on the video card. This feels very retro-ish. It feels like I have no worries about the hardware, what settings I have to put. I don't want to do the settings. I just want to click on a game and play the games. Look at this, he's doing exactly that, you know, an old video card, and I'm having fun. Why do I have to care so much about what settings and patches and seriously, this needs to be more easier today to play games. This is an interesting game that knows, let me show you, it's using 1024 on this occasion, and it's got very interesting settings. It looks good, you know, I got like nearly 50 FPS. Look at this. Nox apparently is doing great with this video card. This is the only game that I managed to see that is using 2 megabytes of VRAM now. Apparently the game does the job. I don't, on the CPU side, I don't have a lot of stress here. It's not that bad when it comes to this computer. You know, I think it's gonna do something similar when it comes to this with an older CPU, dual core CPU. Come on! I think I have to swap it in the future with the simple CPU. Simple CPU, I mean not quad core CPU. Core 2 Duo, it will be okay-ish in this case. This is a good game for the video card and for the system. I'm actually curious what happens if I play this game with a different type of video card, because it looks now okay, it runs nice with the G400, so the game is performing really well with older hardware. In the future, I want to play this game with some different type of older video cards that are not very performant, and I need this game to be in there in order to see how it's performing, you know. Software mode, DirectX doesn't matter, software mode apparently it's helping me too in this case, so I will take any game that is allowing me to use the computer and the video card inside, you know, because in this case, look at this. This is fantastic, seriously, seeing this type of game running in this. Nah, it's good. Very hard to validate a video card like this. Seriously, a Matrox G400 AGP model. I think back in the days, this would have been a normal generic display adapter. You know, not everybody would have wanted this in their computer, but for office work and stuff like that would have been okay. But for gaming, it was not a very good choice. You know, everybody was going with ATI and NVIDIA. But today, they become very retro-ish, you know, ideal for games that doesn't require DirectX or software, or games that are very light, you know, and building an old machine like that is kind of interesting. It challenges you in such a way that you need to make a good selection on the gaming side. That's it, you know. If you can make a computer like this run, you know, with some old titles, you are on the right track, you know, with building a retro machine. There's a lot of computers, and there's a lot of options nowadays to emulate the games, you know, but if you can do it on the original hardware, it's very interesting. That's it, you know. Yes, you can do it with new computers with emulation, but yeah, if it doesn't feel the same. I don't know. It doesn't feel the same to emulate the old games compared to having the original hardware. Regardless, I cannot recommend something like this because it's a lot of work to find the right games. It's a lot of work to put the operating system together, finding the AGP. But if you do find it for next to nothing, for free or to almost zero value, it's good to challenge yourself. That's it. It's just the practice on giving purpose to something very, very quirky, very different, very low performance on the gaming side, you know, because they're not used for gaming. But yeah, definitely an interesting thing to do with your computer, you know, to make this video card Matrox G400 work. I don't know what you think about this, but for me it's very challenging every single time I come with this. Finding other games that work with this is just funny and interesting. Yeah, that's it. This is challenging for me. I don't know how it is for you, but if you have any suggestion for this video card or for the system, leave a comment, smash that like button, and I will see you very soon.